So you've got that bolster in place just under the knees or wherever feels good this morning. You're lying back on your mat, arms away from the body, palms facing up. Make sure your heels are on the mat, so if that means adjusting your bolster a little higher, then do so. And then just let your eyes close. So letting your practice today just bring you back to balance. Maybe coming back to that sense of routine after the holidays. Just starting to notice your breath, seeing if you can guide your breath a little deeper into your body. And as you inhale, you're bringing in anything that you need today. So maybe it's just a sense of calmness, sense of balance or grounding. And as you exhale, I'd like you just to visualize letting go. Maybe it's something that didn't serve you yesterday, last week, or something that's popping up in your mind that really doesn't make you feel good. See if you can exhale that away. And there's been lots of studies on routine and the importance of routine, even down to studies on people that make their bed every morning are much more successful. It's not working with my children, but we naturally thrive on routine, and this is what our yoga practice gives us. It also gives us that space in our busy day and our busy lives. So really allow yourself to absorb this without drifting off into the past or the future too much, unless I'm guiding you to do so with our manifestations. You really want to feel present. Might be the only time in your day that you do feel fully present. So really notice the breath, feel the breath. Feeling of coolness as you inhale. Feeling of expansion. Feeling of slowness. And just before we move on, just bring that sense of gratitude. What is it that you're truly grateful for in this moment? Even when we're using those tools to manifest or think about those goals that we want to reach this coming year, you always need to have that sense of gratitude. Gratitude for what's coming, but also gratitude for what we have right now. Take a bend now of your legs, bringing both feet onto your yoga bolster. We're going to bring the left heel or back of the ankle onto the right knee, so just above the right knee. So a very gentle leg cradle. You can stay here, or you start to draw that right knee in, bringing the hands around the outside of the knee as you hug the knee to you. Feeling that down the left side, left glute, left hamstring. Release that right foot back to your bolster, arms alongside you, and just take a gentle push up. So you're pushing your foot into the bolster, that left heel is still on the right knee, and hold. And feel that now up into that left hip. As you exhale, just start to place your spine back down. So really slowly. And then let that left foot come back onto your bolster. Let's change sides. So right heel on top of the left knee, just above it. We can stay just where we are, or we start to draw that knee in, hugging it in. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed if you are squeezing that knee in. And then drop that left foot, bring the arms alongside you, ready to push up now, holding at the top. In our half bridge. And then on your next exhale, just slowly placing the spine back down to your mat. Sending the legs long, and just as you send your legs long, see if you can draw your bolster closer to you and then draw it up your back. So we're going to just pull the bolster now up our back, just towards top of the glutes and the lower spine, and then send your legs long. From here, I'd like you to send your arms long, so you're giving yourself a lovely long stretch. Maybe a yawn, maybe a sigh. Maybe letting the glutes, the lower spine sink into your bolster. And then draw both knees in this time, giving yourself that hug. You're still on your bolster. And then dropping the feet back down, just pushing your bolster away from you again. You can send it now all the way down to the bottom of your mat. Take a squeeze in of the knees again, maybe a hug, maybe a roll. A little bit of movement side to side. As we slowly roll onto one side. And we make our way back up. We're going to come to standing. So just in your own time, coming up a little bit of distance in the feet. And we're going to start to circle the arms. So draw the arms forwards. Working into the shoulders. And then draw your arms backwards. Opening up into the shoulders. Last one. Bring your hands onto your hips. Start to draw circles with your knees. Breathing through the knees and the hips. Reverse, opposite way. And come back to standing. Bring the arms up, reach up. This time as you exhale, let go. Inhale up. Let go out. Inhale up. Sigh it out. Keep going, a few more. Make sure you're bending your knees as you come down. Letting the arms just flop and be heavy. Let's take 2 more. And 1 more. Sigh out of the mouth. And release. Come to the top of your mat. This time bring your feet together, if that feels okay. Arms alongside you. We're going to take our inhale in, look up at the hands. And then your exhale as you fold over your legs. Keep a slight micro bend in the knees. Take an inhale into your long spine. Bend the knees, frame the feet, step back into your plank pose. We're lowering down to our yoga mat. We're breathing into our cobra pose, and we're going to sit back into balasana pose. Forehead to the mat. Keeping the hands where they are, we're just going to roll forward down to the mat, roll up into that lovely back bend, and then exhale back to our child's pose. Let's do that 2 more times. Keep a bend in the elbows as you lower down. Breathe in as you roll up, and exhale as you come back into balasana. 1 more time. Heading back into that balasana pose. Take 2 breaths here, filling the belly with the breath. Taking 1 more. And then from here, let's head into our downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Savasana. Pushing back into your heels if that feels okay this morning. Making sure the fingers are wide. You're grounding into your palms. Squeezing your inner arms. You're opening into your shoulders and let your head go. Give your head a shake. Shake it yes and no. Letting go of the neck. Letting the head just feel heavy. Let's step forward with our right foot. We're going to come into warrior 1. So ground your left foot down. We take a bend into that knee. We bring up the arms. We hold here. So our back leg is straight. We're bending into our front leg. We're in that warrior 1 position. Straighten your front leg. Bring your hands behind your back. Step your left foot in a little. You can hold onto your elbows, or you bring your hands into prayer position. And we start to inhale and we fold over our right leg. If we feel wobbly, we can always bring our hands down to our mat or down to our block as we fold. The legs are now straight. Both legs are straight. We're going to frame our right foot now. Step back with the left leg, step back with the right, lower down to your mat. Breathe into your cobra and come straight back into your downward facing dog. We're going to step forward with the left foot now. Ground the right foot down. Come into that warrior 1 position. Bringing up the arms. The hips are facing over that bent leg. We release the arms, we step that right foot in, maybe holding the elbows, maybe we're in prayer position as we straighten our front leg, and then we exhale over that leg. Legs are now straight, slight micro bend in the knees. This time framing that left foot, step back into your plank pose, lower down to your mat, roll up into your cobra and back into your downward facing dog. Let's take the right leg back, squeeze it back, draw the knee into the chest and exhale, take that leg long. Inhale, draw that knee in. Exhale, take the leg long. 1 more, draw that knee in. Exhale, leg goes long. This time stepping into a high lunge, bending into that right knee, staying on the toes of the left leg. Bringing your hands to your heart center, let's take a twist over that right knee. We can always drop the back leg down. This time slightly hovering that back knee and squeezing it back up. Dropping down, hovering that back knee, squeezing at the top. One more drop and hover, and squeeze it up. Frame your right foot, step back into your plank, lower down to your mat. Roll into your cobra, come back into downward facing dog. Ready for that left side, squeezing that left leg back, pushing away from your mat, letting the head feel heavy. Inhale, squeeze that knee in. Exhale, take that leg long. Inhale, squeeze in. Exhale, leg goes long. One more squeeze in here and take your leg long. Ready for that warrior one or that high lunge, top of the mat, left side. Bringing up the arms. Bending into that left leg, pushing into the heel of the right leg. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let's take that twist. Option to stay just where we are, or we drop that right knee. We squeeze it back up. We drop down. We squeeze up. Very nice. One more time. Drop down and squeeze back up. Framing your left foot this time. Step to the top of your mat. Bring your feet together and fold. Coming up into chair pose, bending the knees, bringing the arms up, holding here, knees together, feet together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend and swing the arms back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend and swing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Two more. Knees stay together if you can. One more. Really squeezing the glutes at the top. Bring your hands to your heart center. You're at the top of your mat. Take a breath. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, long spine. Step back into that plank. Lower down to your mat. Roll into your cobra. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. We're ready to squeeze that right leg back. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, leg long. Inhale, squeeze in. Exhale, leg long. One more squeeze in here and take that leg long. Step to the top of your mat into your high lunge. This time open into your warrior two. Drop that elbow down, send that left arm long. Take a reverse here. And then drop back down. Take that reverse, keep the legs bent. And drop back down. Last reverse here. And drop back down. Looking down to that right foot. Frame the right foot, step back into your plank, lower down to your mat. Find your cobra and back into your downward facing dog. Ready to squeeze that left side back now. Left leg. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, leg long. Inhale, let's squeeze in. Exhale, long. One more squeeze in here. And take your leg long. Stepping forward, left foot into that high lunge. And warrior two. Drop that elbow, reach long with that right arm. And reverse your warrior. Dropping that elbow. And reverse. One more to do. And reverse. And last time, drop that elbow. Turn your gaze down to your left foot. Frame that left foot, step to the top of your mat and fold. We're coming back into that chair pose, so make sure the feet are together, knees are together as you bring up the arms. Inhale, reach up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the arms back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, maybe out of the mouth as you take the arms back. Inhale, squeeze at the top. Exhale, down. 2 more to do. Letting go of all those things that do not serve. Last one. And release. Bring the hands back to the heart center. Take a breath. One more inhale here. Exhale, release. So this time have your yoga block. Just like we did at the start, we're going to step the left foot forward, step the right foot back. But you're going to have your yoga block because we're going to come into some twists. So left foot forward, right foot back. The right foot is at an angle, left foot is pointing forwards. Your block we're going to have at the start on the inside edge of our left foot. We're going to open our arms. So like Superman, aeroplane arms. Take your inhale into your chest so you can look up. And then exhale, hinge from the hips. So you start to look down. And then bring your left hand either onto your block, or it might be that you don't need your block and you bring it onto your mat. And you start to turn and twist and send your right arm up. You can look up at your right hand if you feel stable. If you're feeling wobbly, bring your gaze down to the ground. So really twist through the upper body. Holding and breathing. Remember, we're feeling present. Letting go of judgment, letting go of that limiting self-talk. To come out, we look down at our left hand, we come back up, our aeroplane arms. We're going to shift our block, if we used it, over to the outside edge of our left foot. We take that inhale, we expand into the chest, we hinge first, and then we bring our right hand onto our block or our mat, and our left arm now is reaching towards the ceiling. So we're really twisting and turning. If you're using your block, try and have your hand flat. You're massaging through your digestion, through the core. Maybe your block can be at different levels. Take that twist a little deeper. And then drop your gaze back down to the ground. Come up, aeroplane arms. Bring your hands back to your heart center. We're going to keep the left foot where it is. We're going to start to take the weight onto the left foot and start to come into our warrior 3. So we take that right leg back. You can always bring your hands onto something if you need to. So coming up, finding your balance, using your core. If you come out, you come back in. We don't give up. Take a few more breaths here. That warrior 3. Putting that weight on that left leg, really strengthening those muscles. And this time, as you come up, bring your feet together. Take your inhale in, reach up with the arms, squeeze the glutes. And we're going to exhale, bend. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. A few more like this. Really exhaling out of the mouth. One more. As you come down, bring your hands to your heart and stay in your chair pose, activating the thighs, inner legs, calf muscles. Challenge yourself further, maybe come up onto your toes. It's just an option. If you come up onto your toes, bring your heels back down. Inhale, come all of the way up. Exhale, release the arms. So we're going to do the other side now. This time it's the right foot that's forward, the left foot is back. We start with our block on the inside edge of our right foot. So if you struggle, you might want to bring your feet a little closer together. Option to take them further back. Hips are staying facing that front leg. We're taking the arms out. We inhale. We're sending the breath into the chest, into the belly. We start to hinge forwards. We then drop our right hand to our block, or maybe it's to the ground, inside edge of that right foot. And then that left arm goes up. We twist and turn to our left side. Our legs are straight. Yes, very good. We're holding, we're finding our balance. Breathe into the belly. Turn your gaze down to your mat as you inhale up. You've got your aeroplane arms. Take your breath in. Exhale, hinge. We can take our block as we go, outside edge of that right foot. And we twist and turn, right hand up. We can adjust our block to where we need it. Holding here. Activating those core muscles, activating the legs, so much going on in this pose. Few more breaths. Turn your gaze down to your mat, come back up, hands to your heart center. We're going to finish with our warrior 3 for those finishing at 7. Take that leg back, balance on the right. Holding, engaging those muscles. As we come up, we bring the legs together, bring the hands to the heart center. Take a moment, especially if you're finishing now. Just close the eyes. Breathe into the body. Coming back to that space and place of gratitude. If you're finishing now, I will see you tomorrow. Take your inhale in, reach up. Take your exhale, fold down. Let the head go. Take a flat back. Hopefully you're towards the top of your mat. And exhale, fold. Inhale, take a flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back into your plank pose. Hold here. We're going to roll onto our left arm. It can be our left elbow. We're going to bring the right arm up. Plank pose, side plank, left side. Remember, you can always drop your left knee as well. Drop that right hand back down, slow and controlled into your plank. If you need to drop your knees, you do so. We then roll onto our right arm, taking our left arm up, pulling away from our yoga mat. Breathing into the belly, holding that balance. Activating all those muscles in the arms, and slow and controlled we come back down to our mat. We're going to lower all the way down to our mat, relaxing the toes. Bring your hands now behind your back, link your fingers together. Bring your legs together, feet together, chin is on the mat. We're going to roll up into Shalabhasana pose, so we're going to activate all the muscles in the back of the body. We inhale, we roll up, we pull the arms back, we lift off the feet. We feel that into our glutes, our legs, we're balancing on our tummy. We hold, we squeeze back maybe a little more, pointing the toes away. We exhale, we roll all of the way back down to our mat. This time, bring your feet together. You can turn your palms down to your mat, or you can make fists with your hands and bring them underneath your hips. This is the version I prefer, but you choose what suits you. Your chin is on the mat. We're going to bring up the right leg, squeeze it and hold it up. So you're activating that right glute. Hold it. Take a few small pulses here. So making sure your hips are still in contact with your hands or your mat. Pulsing that right side, very small pulses. Tiny, tiny. And then go back to holding that right leg up. As you exhale, lower it back down. Let the feet meet, let the legs meet. Take a breath. As you inhale, bring up the left leg, holding, squeezing at the top. Right leg stays on the mat. Making sure the hips are in contact so we're not tilting one way. And then those small pulses again on that left side. Pointing the toes, feeling all of the muscles in that leg working, getting stronger. Hold once again. Exhale, bring that leg back down. Bring the feet together, legs together. Hands stay where they are. This time, option, we can bring both legs up. We're not pulsing, but we're holding. Pointing the toes, squeezing the glutes. Chin stays on the mat. Taking 2 more breaths, squeezing maybe a little higher. 1 more breath. Well done. Exhale, lower all of the way back down. Let your arms release. Send your right arm out in line with your right shoulder. Legs are staying together. Use your left hand to roll yourself onto your right hip, stacking the legs, and then that option to take that left leg further back behind you. Twisting now through the core and into that right shoulder. Noticing where your breath is at. Maybe guiding it into any tension that you may feel. Rolling back to center. And as you roll back, just cactus and bend the right arm. And we're going to kick back and hold our left foot with our left hand. So we're drawing that left heel towards our left glute. You can stay just where you are, or you can start to lift that left knee away, which is going to make this stretch stronger. So you decide. You can keep that knee down, or you can lift it away. It's going to go into the left hip. You're keeping that left heel drawing towards the glute. So it's not like bow where we pull that foot away, we're drawing it in. If you did lift that knee, drop it back down to the mat for a moment. And then release that left side. We're sending our left arm out now, in line with our left shoulder. Our right hand is there to push us onto our left hip, stacking the legs. And then maybe taking that right leg back. Breathing all the way through the spine. Making sure that left ear is down on the ground or in contact with something. So not holding your head. And on your next exhale, roll back onto your tummy, bring the legs back together. We're bending, cactusing the left arm now. Kicking back the right leg, grabbing hold of the foot or the ankle as you draw that heel towards you. And make sure the legs are together as well. Like you're drawing the knees together. Quite a strong stretch, so if you need to ease out a little, you do so. And then if you want it stronger, we lift away that right knee. Keep the chin on the mat. Just breathe into any tightness, maybe that right hip, that right thigh. If you lifted the knee away, drop it back down to your mat. Let go of that foot. Hands either side of the shoulders as you push yourself up and back into a Balasana. Maybe you take the knees wide, maybe you keep the knees together as you sit back towards your heels. Forehead coming down to the mat. Take the knees wide if you haven't already, and let's take a walk over to our right side as far as we can. Bring the left hand on top of the right and then drop the forehead back down. So you get that lovely long stretch in the upper body, left side. When you're ready, take that over to your left side. Right hand on top of the left, and then dropping the forehead down. Make sure you can feel that now along the right side. Taking one more breath. And bringing yourself back up. So just before we come on to our back, you all have a little card with you. So just make sure you're comfortable and seated for a moment. So Monday night we done a vision board class for those that joined. This is so we can think about things that we want to bring into our life in 2024. Now, it doesn't have to be a huge goal. It doesn't have to be, I want to own a successful business or be the boss of a company. It can be a health goal. It can be a goal of better routine. It can be a goal of maybe more self-care. What I'd like you to do now with this little card that I've asked you to have, so hopefully it's quite small, we're going to make a little goal card. So one of those things that really stand out to you, whether you've done a board or not, but maybe it's something that you have in your mind that you want to work on this year. Maybe it is a big goal, it doesn't matter. You're going to think of the thing that's most important to you, the one that you really want to put your energy and your focus into. And this is what we're going to put on this little card. Now at the top of the card, I'd like you to put a date. Now this date is when you reach that goal. So if it's a health goal, maybe it's when you feel at your absolute best. Is it in 6 months' time? Do you need 6 months of this healthy routine? If it's a business goal, is it a maybe 12-month goal? So about 6 or 12 months, you're going to put the date at the top. So it can be today's date in a year's time, today's date in 6 months' time, whatever you feel. And then written on your card is the words, I am truly happy and grateful for whatever that is, that I am head of this company, that I am free of illness, that I live in a healthy body, whatever your goal, your desire is, that I have the perfect relationship with my parents, whatever you're going to put on your card. So remember the date, I am truly happy and grateful for whatever you're putting, and then thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's what I'd like you to put on your card. So it can be anything. And when we done our vision board, we spoke about some people like their vision board on show. Some people prefer to keep their vision board private. And one of the advantages of keeping your vision board private is you're then very open to putting everything that you want on your board. Whereas if it's something that's on show, you might not want to put that I want a 6-figure salary, because you don't want other people to think that's what you're thinking or manifesting. This card is a very private card. You're going to keep this card maybe in your wallet, your purse, even down your bra. You know, I know people that have done that. In your pocket, in your handbag, in your favourite book that you open every day, your journal. It's a very private card, but what I would like you to do every day, if you can, is to take it out and hold it and visualise what you are working on this card. And when you visualise that, in fact, we're going to do it in our meditation, so I won't talk any more about that. But yes, keep it with you. Imagine it's a little seed that's growing and you need to nurture it. You need to give it attention. And then when you're ready, we are going to lie down again. Have your block close by. Come onto your back. If you need a little bit more time, please take it. I'd rather you finish your card than forget about it. So you have your yoga block, and we're going to be in this pose a little while, so if you are taking a bit of time for your card, that's okay. You're going to have your block skinny side up. You're going to come into your bridge, and then you're going to push up and slide your skinny side up block down your lower spine. So top of the glutes, lower spine, and then you rest down onto it. Once it's in place, send your arms away from the body, palms facing up, and walk your feet to the side of your yoga mat. Let the knees come towards each other. Let your eyes close if that feels okay. So you're focusing on your lower spine, around the root chakra, that point of security, safety, grounding. But you're also working on that base of energy, where the Sushumna comes from, the Inga, the Pingala. We want that to be a free space, so that energy can travel freely up the spine. We're resting here now. When you're ready, just bring your hands to your block and draw your knees towards your chest. So you're balancing on your yoga block. Just here for a moment. And then drop the feet one by one back down into your bridge position. Push up, remove your block, bring your arms alongside you, palms down, and as you exhale, very slowly start to place your spine back down to your mat. Once there, link your fingers, bring your hands underneath your head, rest your elbows on the ground. Draw the knees towards you and then let them fall over to your right side. You can always rest your knees on your block if you need to. Come back to center and let them fall over to your left side. Come back to center, and we are going to come into Shavasana, so make sure you're warm, make sure you're comfortable. Feel free to grab your bolster again, maybe under the knees or on top of you. And I'd like you to take your little card that you've just written on as well. So have your card in your hand, and have your card in your hand that you're going to bring your hand to your heart. So I always tend to do left hand to my heart, right hand to my belly. You're lying down in Shavasana. And you have your little goal card in your left hand at your heart. You're closing your eyes, you're making sure you're warm, you're making sure you're comfortable. Take a deep breath in, filling the body with that prana, that life force. And take a slow exhale out. Again, take that deep breath in. That slow exhale out. And as you rest here at the end of your practice, see yourself moving through this next year with confidence. Visualize your goal that you have written down like it's already here. There's a beautiful saying by Bob Proctor that says, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. As you see your goal like it's already here, bring to your mind's eye how you feel. Is it joy, happiness, proud, healthy? How do you feel with this goal here? What are those around you saying, your loved ones? What are they saying to you right now as your goal is here? You've achieved it. Feeling that satisfaction of achieving what you set out to do. Feeling it on every level. How does it feel? How does it sound? How does it smell? How does it touch? And as you move to this goal for this coming year, the most important thing that you can do is let go of fear and doubt. For me, I literally in my mind stick 2 fingers up to fear and doubt. Because nothing is going to get in the way of what you have put on your card. So the minute any fear or doubt creeps in, because it does, that's normal, you either think about sticking those 2 fingers up to it, shouting no, whatever it is that you need that works for you. But fear and doubt are nowhere near your goal that you are manifesting. Remember, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it right there in your hands. And lastly, bring your mind back to gratitude. Gratitude for all that is coming your way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When you feel ready, bring yourself back to the body. The feel of the floor beneath you. Maybe taking a squeeze of the knees or a full body stretch as you begin to awaken from Shavasana. Taking your time to come back to seated. Let's finish with an Om mantra. So we inhale and begin. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank yourself. Thanking each other, honouring each other as we bow to Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you.